pace what they can do, because the way the English people, or should I say foreigners, look at the Africans, especially the Nigerians, they don't respect the black colored people, or wherever they hear Nigeria, or I'm a Nigerian, Nigerians are in abroad, they are now saying I'm half Ghanaian and half Togolese, so they will respect them. But as soon as they start speaking, you notice that they are Nigerians. They're either Yorubas, they're Igbos, they're Hausas, but then they pretend. And along the line, when you know them, they will now start revealing themselves. But to look, I'm sorry, the Clevenard founder, he tries to showcase or show foreigners that Africans are capable. We are capable people. I've seen where he has drawn people who can only, in Hausa we say kiwon, kifi, as in fish in a little pond. The Clevenard has advertised those small business people to expand globally. But when he was trying to bring Nigerians closer, they found out that maybe they think, oh, he wants money from us, he wants it. Then he now extended to other African countries like Togo, Senegal, Ghana, Gambia. He started working with them. Then now, he's coming back to Nigeria now, for Nigerians to know that Clevenard can take you far, globally, around the world. Clevenard will advertise anything you're doing, support you more. His wish is to see that Nigerians grow in foreign countries. And all these years I've known this he organizes like seminars like this in Spain. Sometimes he pays for their plane tickets from UK, from wherever you are, Italy to Spain, so he can show that Nigerians are very, very important people. We are very intelligent people. We should stop depending on government. We should do things ourselves. Learn trade. Learn how to, be a business person, business-minded person. Then when you connect with this Clevenard, you found out that Clevenard will take you a long way. And that is the reason why this seminar in Abuja, I respected it. I'm coming back so that I can speak. I have a lot to say. It's here, but I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, I have to run, please. I'm sorry. And I hope that more of these seminars will go on in Abuja, where all the seats will be covered. We'll be seated, and we will be looking for seats to even sit on. This is at least the beginning and the first. And more of us, we start coming from abroad to speak, so that our people will and Clevenard, when you connect with Clevenard, one thing I notice about him is that he will now help you to even go abroad, go to where he is for this kind of seminars. So please, Clevenard should be a family, global, sorry, the word is off my head. My mind is thinking further. I'm so sorry. I'm Honorable Hajia Hadiza Mohammed. I will see more of you guys, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for the time and strength. We appreciate you. Honorable Hajia Hadiza Mohammed. Okay, things we all know that people that you can go online, your phone, Clevenard, go sign up, go interact with it. It's our own version of Facebook. We also have, Mama, please, before you go, we have an award for you. We have an award for you for taking out time. Please, we have an award for you for taking out time to actually, come all the way to Clevenard for saying, Haja, thank you for what you do or what you do. God bless you.
And thank you so much. We need to take this far. I'm still in Abuja for as long as. Yeah? So whatever is going on, please, you have my contact. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Round of applause for her. Round of applause for her. Round of applause for her. All right, without much further ado, Clevenard and how the social will give light. So whatever you be doing, Clevenard is that show board, that advert platform, that brother that wants to tell another brother of his brother that what you're doing is right, and that's in digital marketing and fostering economic growth within Africa. Our next speaker, all the way from the NTA, is a senior correspondent at the National Assembly. He's a TV online journalist, public affairs analyst, digital media strategist, corporate communicator, and so much more. Please, without much further ado, let's welcome Mr. Joshua Sai. Welcome, please. He's also a young person. And thank you very much.
Good morning, fellow Nigerians. All protocol details I'm so sorry for coming late. My name is Joshua, which was introduced, graduate of history, Clevenard University, University of Ibadan. I'm a political journalist. I was transferred to Abuja from Osun. That was last year. Towards the end of last year, I was transferred as a political correspondent for the National Assembly. Basically, my speech is very short, and I'm taking the topic from another angle entirely. Being a journalist, being a digital media strategist, and also an affiliate marketer. I just started that in about launching our business. Affiliate marketing, whereby I do affiliate marketing for cars and properties here in Abuja, from the south and from the southwest, basically for now. And we'll be launching that very soon. I was speaking from another angle, as I've ever said. I was speaking on the significance of online journalism and digital corporate communication strategy in shaping the future of information dissemination and digital marketing in Nigeria and the wider world. We all know that with the concept of globalization, the world has become a global village, whereby whatever you're doing in Thailand or China, every other person around the world can see. And that was facilitated by the advent of internet some decades ago. And with that, people have been interacting, you have various platforms. And in addition to that, social media came. We have so many platforms. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, which is now X, we have Instagram, we have Quora, and so many other platforms. In fact, we have some that just for academic sake, to enhance our professionalism. Platforms like Quora, platforms like LinkedIn. And I'm very much advantage of LinkedIn as a professional on the job. So with globalization, the social media was facilitated into our relationship around the world. And with that, we have people connecting with each other, economic wise, you can transact business. It's not just about chatting with someone in one place or the other, but you can transact business as well. You can shape the world into what you want it to be. Let me introduce online journalism concepts and how it relates with digital corporate contextual strategy. Mass communication has 3 legs. we have journalism, we have public relations, and we have advertising. All these three, the three are intertwined, kind of. And so when you're talking about journalism, as a journalist now, as a political journalist, we still have PR as part of our public relations. You have companies that will bring the adverts, one this on our TV, one this on our radio, one this here, one this, one that there. In journalism, journalism has no text too. We have the broadcast, electronics, we have TV, we have radio. Now we have online, and this is what we're talking about. Online, online, online. There is no media outfit out there now that they have not established themselves online. It is very important. As you are reading your news or you're advertising, some people are somewhere that will not need organizations like NTA, TBC channels to get facts. Not just one online, someone operating on online platform in the room. But they are moving fast, and those politicians are using them. Because when you say, okay, you'll be working for me, okay, whenever I do this, you snap it, you post it on, they are gaining popularity, they're gaining audience. So they want that kind of a thing. And those in we that were in the mainstream, you've now adopted that style. As we are doing it on the TV or radio, we are also publishing online. In fact, we work directly with our online friends, online publishers are friends. If you have the story, you depend on us, okay, give me this story, I will post it for you on my platform. Then others will copy. That is why when you see some of these online platforms, when you copy a story, they must pay, TV, they must acknowledge the source of that story. You'll see Vanguard, you'll see NAN, meaning they are copying from NAN. NAN is the original, that is where the first source, the source of that story, they are just copying and they will spread around. So this is how these three legs are intertwined. Then talking about digital, communication strategy, it's about branding, it's about public relations. You are representing someone, in terms of someone or a product. You may be a special advisor or senior special advisor to a lawmaker, a politician, at a grassroots or at a national level. Your work is to protect the image of such politician in a very good manner, so that the society can associate with them through you. And when you're doing this, one of the methodologies is for you to establish your presence online. People want to see what you're doing online. Everybody wants to follow. That is why I recommend LinkedIn. If you're a professional, you have to be on LinkedIn. I didn't subscribe to Vimeo, but I'm one of those that will tell the LinkedIn will send messages to you. We are doing the survey. We need you to attend to this. I didn't pay a dime, and I've built that profile. Like what one of the majority of our speakers have said earlier. The moment you are creating content online, trust me, you are gaining audience. And within the job, you see what you're gaining from that. When you are consistent in providing content, people know you for something. If you go to my LinkedIn page now, Joshua Abuja, you will see National Assembly was going to see all the things. You always see my stories. And through that, I was recognized. I copy BBC, CNN, CBS, Reuters, even on WhatsApp. When I do my story, I will track them. Before they started recognizing me, they will tell me, they have something, do this for us, do that, even LinkedIn. So it is very important as a professional, whether you're a nurse, or you're a journalist, or a doctor, you're a lawyer, it's very important you do even skit makers that are now on LinkedIn. Another surprising thing, very astonishing, are these digital coins that we're tapping. As I was sitting there, I was tapping one. Yes, that's where the world is going. Digital currency. It is only in a kind of underdeveloped, or what I say, when you have bad leadership and you won't, embrace the concept of digital currency and what have you. You have people vying for presidential posts in America talking about this digital currency thing, that they are adopting this stuff. Russia is in the game already, and we call ourselves out of Africa. You'll be making up, drawing legislations that will be against that. You don't want to empower people. When you make people poor because it's a weapon, making people poor so that you always come to them and ask for something, and they will need the votes. and you vote them in. Now, when you empower your circle, you will see that the burden will be lessened on you. You won't need people to be coming around you and be telling me, give me that, give me this. You empower them. They will be on their own. They will be independent. So it is very important that we key into this idea of establishing our business. Whatever you do, build the business online. We have skit makers now on LinkedIn, digital currency platforms now on LinkedIn. Before LinkedIn is for professionals. They will be, you are a nurse, you are this, you are that, you are compare, high caliber, you simply. Okay, so it is very important that we make ourselves available online. Whatever we are doing, we put it online. And as a corporate media strategy, you have to be careful what you post online, how you interact with your audience. It's so disheartening when although it took I don't want to say it took the number one person in this country to even appoint that. I wouldn't want to say much. If you are a representative of a politician and you're online, what you're supposed to do is to always defend that politician or the post, you relate with the public. Then when negative comments are coming in, you cannot be seen dragging with them online. Those are the do's and don'ts. There's some things you just let go. When it has to do with politics or national issues of national interest, you and X, I interact with some of these social media influencers. Some are just there to influence bad things. As this process, there is oncoming protest rather. So I'm already prepared, and they're using social media. It's so disheartening. A country like this, we should have a body that will be regulating the social media, but because those that will put things in place are also benefiting. They have their voice there. They have their people there to spread fake news. But they will always disguise as if the information is not coming from them. And because they are benefiting, some of them will not even want to use those in the mainstream. Because if you are in the mainstream, you have to verify reports. You have to verify information before you disseminate it. News gathering is part of the news gathering process. Sometimes you have to be very careful, especially for those of us that we are on political desks. You write a report, they say there's a press conference, come. Then they will pass a minister. They say, this thing has happened, that has happened. And you go ahead as a political journalist to publish it, you're in trouble. Because the other party will kick. So you must balance your reports. You must go and fetch, the angle the other person is coming from. What is your take about this? You were accused of doing this. That is why sometimes in our report we use alleged. The word alleged, it was alleged. It's an allegation. And some of these things, if you're not careful, they're actually in the court of law. They can sue you for libel or, it happens. Especially when you're on political days, you must be very careful. We call it due diligence. Everything must be intact. So all these things get together are things we must not take for granted. Especially when you're now engaging yourself, and you're engaged with social media. Some people that are there, they have the facts. Like what happened, the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Some of us know. We must be very careful what we post online as a corporate strategist, corporate media strategist, or as a journalist. You must verify the information, make sure you balance your reports before disseminating. And spreading or doing artwork for someone else or for yourself or for an organization, you have to be strategic, knowing who your audience is. In digital marketing, we've got something audience segmentation. You segment your audience. Know those are your prioritizers. It's like an election. It is an electoral law behind it. When you want to, when voting starts, there are some people you prioritize. The PWDs, then the hegemons. So all these things you have to learn from it and incorporate them into whatever you want to do. When it comes to corporate image making, you have to be precise. You have to know who and who your audience is. Age bracket. These are the products I'm selling. Who are the immediate beneficiaries of this product? Who am I targeting? For someone that is on the political desk now, and you are serving as an SA media on, and this thing, issue of protest, you should know that the people that you focus on, in whatever you are posting, should be youth. You want to calm them down and tell them that, see, protest is encouraged. But there's some people that you may not know that they are planning to hijack this protest and we lead to something else. There is always a political method behind things like this, especially when you don't know who and who to say, to point out to and say, okay, this is a person leading the protest. When you have a segment of the nation that is clamoring for this and that, and you know, it's as if the agitation is taking another turn. Then one must be very careful. So I will encourage, I will advise, being a political journalist, that we should be careful with our lives and younger ones about this politics. Whatever you want to do, you can join them.
Like a cooperative society among ourselves. In order to get the government support, you can form a cooperative society in your community, among your friends, Now, you go through the government grants that they are giving. You can write to the agricultural ministry, you can write to CBN. I'm sure. I know there are some programs they do for agriculture, and it will come, they will come to our aid. And secondly, our youth should learn to work. Work in the sense that they should go and learn some skills. There are a lot of graduates coming out every year from the university, but there is no job for them readily on ground. So, but on your own, because of that education we have, you can go and learn a skill. With that level of education, the packaging will be different from the local one. You can decide as a woman to go into hairdressing, you can go into fashion designing, you can go into pastry, you can go into poultry, and you'll be self-employed compared to what you even get from the government. If you are well packaged and you are ready, you are focused on what you want to do, you'll be very rich. I would also advise the youth that we believe the people are the power in any government. You can come together, put up a voice to the government and tell them this is exactly what you want, and it will be answered. They will definitely comply. There are some agencies that are into skill applications, like the NDE, the SMEDA. You can put up a lot of proposals to them and follow it up. And by the special grace of God, something will be done. We cannot always depend on governments. Governments, they don't have enough, they are not sufficient enough for all Nigerians compared to our populations. Our population is on the very high side. So on our own, we can decide to develop ourselves. You go to China. In China, you see a 12-year-old child composing, or whatever, how do I put it? Making telephone. These small phones. Very young children, they are the ones in charge of all these things. They are not into the high technology. But on phones and other small appliances, 12-year-old child, 15-year-old child, they are in charge of all that in China. Why can't we make it the same? We don't have to depend on government all the time. I wish us all the very best in life. And by the special grace of God, we shall triumph. And Nigeria will be again. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, Mama. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Quickly, we want to give you an award for what you do, for your empowerment, for how you have transformed our community and bringing peace. Thank you, God bless. Okay, she wants to come there. Alright, she wants to come there.
Because we are in partnership with Clevenard.
Okay.
We have a partnership with them on empowerment.
Alright. Okay, so please. When you enjoy yourself. Please, without much further ado, help me welcome a trained community-based business developer, a manager from the St. Francis Xavier University, Canada.
please help me welcome Mrs. Precious Gilbert. Wow, you're welcome. Sorry, I need to have your full profile, but wow, okay, and that's it. All right, I'll do that.
Thank you very much. It's good to have you all in the house this afternoon. My name is Mrs. Precious Gilbert. I'm actually the Training and Mentorship Director for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Forum of Nigeria. I was trained in Canada for community-based financial inclusion services. I want to appreciate this is where we should all key in so that we can move forward as a nation. I've listened to so many guest speakers here this morning, and it's rather unfortunate most of them are not here because I would have want a situation where we form a coalition, a kind of collaboration to make things work out, because after everything I've listened to them, what they said, we all know that if we're depending on government portals or what they are doing, we might not as a nation move to where we want to be. I also run the country representative for Global Women's Leadership Network, known as Sister Society. And we have presence in all the states in Nigeria, both for women and youth. And I'm a trainer, I'm a woman leader per excellence. I do a lot of training all around the nation. We have empowered a lot of women and youth all over the country. I'm also representing West Africa for African women entrepreneurs and investors. So I would have loved a situation where we had, all the key speakers, because we have a lot to do. Oftentimes, I've noticed that in Nigeria, a lot of programs happen and there is no continuity or sustainability. And if we keep coming to programs, it's not a show. It's not something we come and do conferences and seminars, and at the end of the day, we don't follow through with what we've said. It won't move forward. So I believe the Clevenard Open Project will bring that platform so that we can harness different skills, different trainings, and put people in one room, and we'll sit down and map out the way forward for our women and men, and especially the youth and the girl child. Okay, I would like to, because I was told to talk about harnessing digital economy for growth. But I think a lot have been said. I'll just go straight to saying that the digital economy cannot be overemphasized. Right now, we know that this is the global best practices everywhere. And more so, the 21st century is moving into the AI. So if we are not preparing ourselves, I heard what the journalist man said. Sorry, I might not know all the names, but I think you understand what I'm talking about. The other guy, that the Dr. John, he said a whole lot, and the lady from UK said a whole lot. The journalist said a whole lot. The guy from Niger Delta said, that we have a bucket full of ideas. We have a bucket full of talents, people here, that if we sit down together to map out which way should we go, I think we'll be doing a lot of goodwill to the Nigerian populace. And I must say that in my organization I'm also the president of Patch Investment Cooperative Union. Why I choose the cooperative model is because if you have been to the Western world, you will see that cooperative models rules the economy of most of this world. And in Nigeria, the cooperative is not united at all. But I believe we're on the right path, because I heard so many people mention that they own cooperative in farming, in clusters and all that. And so I believe that if we can come together as one and put up through this Clevenard project, we will be able to set up a standard and be able to move forward, so that the youth, the women, especially the entrepreneurs, they can be able to have growth. One of the things we do so specifically in our organization is healthcare scheme, community-based healthcare scheme. I'm a trained cooperative expert from Cooperative Development Foundation of Canada. I also have the community-based financial inclusion certified from Xavier Francis University at Toronto. So one of the things I have learned over time is you can't run businesses alone. You need networking, you need facilitating, you need collaborations, you need to partner, you need funders, you need sponsors, you need to work with group of like minds, you know, so you can make things happen. Especially in a country like Nigeria, we can't work alone. And, you know, a lesson on the digital economy, the digital aspect that we already know, the digital market, it's the best way to go. We can't do without it. And with projects like this, we can actually achieve a whole lot. So I will want to say to the organizers of this program, please, for all the keynote speakers or maybe those that you know can make things happen, you can call us maybe one-on-one, we can handle a Zoom and see how we can make this work, because I'm about speaking on one of the projects that I run in my own organization. I also have the consultancy and management, which is Pet Consult and Investment Limited. One of the things we do is the healthcare scheme insurance, where we take healthcare to the communities all over Nigeria. In every local government, we have over 1,200 hospitals, and we work with HMOs. And what we are doing is to make sure that there's healthcare to the common man and common woman on the streets, not just civil servants, you know, and they pay yearly. Like, it used to be 6,000 naira per annum, like 3 years ago. But due to the inflation and the economy, it rose to 25,000 naira per annum. And people are still keen in, but we need to create this awareness. We need to go down to the grassroots. We need to bring in sponsors. One of the key things that attracted me here was that the diaspora will be here. I said, fine, if Nigerians overseas, groups, companies can come and, you know, pay for maybe a community, pay for 10 people, pay for 5, you know, sponsor them, they can have access to health, while we still bring them on their SMEs and their growth, sustainability, livelihood. And we also do market linkages. Some of this, somebody said I have over 1,000 cooperatives. We have over 1 million all over the states in Nigeria. I'm not joking. We have the blockchain. The data is there. So if you need it, you can contact us. And I'm not just here alone. I came with my colleagues, even though we're not introduced, but it's okay. So I want to say Mr. Adan is here, Mr. Samuel, and Ms. Praise. And Ms. Praise will present the lead group. You can stand up for recognition. It's not a crime for me to introduce you. These are my team. We work as colleagues. Ms. Praise is an undergraduate. You can see she's still very on board. She also coordinates the FCT group of the youth wing. So you can meet any of them. You can meet me if you need to collaborate, if you need to partner. We have the healthcare scheme that even in your village, your family members can have access to a policy number that takes them to hospital, and they don't need to worry. A pregnant woman can put to bed freely, and she will deliver safely. I wish I had time. Yeah. Even through CS, it covers it. It's just 25,000 naira per annum. It's very elaborate. It takes care of almost all illnesses, apart from major surgeries. You know, it takes care of minor surgeries. It takes care of operations. It takes care of everything you can think of that has to do. And you know, people are dying just because of headache. They can't afford Panadol. They can't go to take just to run check on their body. They can't have access. So on platforms like this, we would like to elaborate more on this. We have SMEs, we have partners, we have members. Some of them have businesses, they need sponsors, they need partners. Some are producing solar energies. Some are producing rice factories. Right now in Nigeria, there is no food. But we can partner these people who have access to do this thing. But they just need people to push them, to support them, or to come and partner with them. For as an investor, not free. You make money from your money. You get what I'm saying? So I am passionate about this program, and a lot has been spoken here. So many people have, keynote speakers. Unfortunately, they are not here, but it's okay. I believe the organizers are here. So I just want to say I don't want to take much of our time, because time is fast spent. I have another program coming up soon. So I am not here representing myself or my organization. I'm representing the Nigerian women entrepreneurs and SMEs. I'm also representing the Nigerian youth. I'm representing the common man on the street who have no food on his table. I'm passionate about people. Thank you. I'm passionate about people. I want to see how people can have food on their table, and that's why when the opportunity for the healthcare scheme came up, I made sure that I went into it fully to make sure that the impact is felt at the grassroots level. Because in Nigeria, you see, we sit down at the urban cities, beautiful places, we talk. How about the man in the village that has no light? How about the woman in the village that has no 10,000 naira to put in a business to grow? If you go there, give them 50,000 naira, they are already going to do a lot, they will surprise you. So, fellow Nigerians, I don't want to say much, I just want to say this is the way to go. And I believe we will make it in Nigeria. God bless the Federation of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you. And I say the digital economy in Nigeria. Wow. Madam, that health policy is highly needed.
Yes, we have it in
It's highly needed because you won't understand the value of your health except you are down. Some weeks back, this January, I saw a joke online. They said if you are AA and you didn't fall sick this rainy season from this last 2 months, tell us what you are using. Because everybody was literally sick, down, or malaria, or some sort. Okay, that being said, I'm pleased, those that are here, try to connect, synergize with her, so we can benefit from these platforms. Clevenard gives you this privilege to meet people like this that can give you insight into how making life better. Entrepreneurially, you want to do packaging for exports, you want to do packaging for imports, you want to go about businesses, you're a woman, she's the right person to meet. Okay, Cardinal, you're welcome. Your team, please forgive me, it's my previous sin. So this is what the Bible says, to err. Is human. But to forgive is divine, so please forgive me for what I've done. Okay, that being said, we would like to invite the next speaker to come up. Please just give me a minute, let me drop this out and we continue. Okay, please help me welcome our next speaker in the person of Nadi Isum Cosmos Ewa. Nadi Isum Cosmos Ewa. That's a unique name. That's the first time I'm actually saying it. It looked like those from the Calabari. Okay. I play football along that axis and I love Afan, Editan, Epan, Kuko, Atama. Yeah, so I think this one was the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Cosmos Nandi Esa. I am a waste manager. I am an environmentalist. I work for and with custodial environmental management solutions. Manure, fertilizers that have been applied on the soil have increased the level of heavy metals. And such heavy metals are impacting the growth and productivity of such areas. A lot of things have been said today. I got a call from a friend yesterday in the afternoon that I will be speaking today. I asked him what topic. He said, no, just think of something. And so I realized in all that we do, we depend on the Mother Earth. I quickly rushed to Federal Secretary. No, some of us would like stories. Let me give you a story. What happened just yesterday? I needed to have something to speak today because at the point he called, I didn't even know what to say. And when I called back, his phones were off. I went to Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. Just for curiosity, I want to just know what happens around there and the environment. They have done renovations, they have painted the walls, offices were all running, people with ACs and all of that. There was nothing for me to pick. I asked for a restaurant. I was directed to the second floor. I got to the restaurant upstairs. I took a bottle of water and I asked the lady there, where is the restroom? She said, there's no restroom in this place. There's no restroom in the entire ministry for people to use. that if I must do the right thing, I should go out. You know what? I went downstairs at the back of that block, that ministry of, I hope you are taking note.
Yes, sir.
At the back of Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, some people were depositing that molten magma. And the men were already, dropping their waste. And I feel, if we must survive as a country, aside from all, every Nigerian wants to plant something. We love to see trees grow. And that is where we are. The world environment, it is a French word. It defines the conditions or influences under which living and non-living things exist, live or develop. Sometimes we consider what we only see aside from what we feel as the environment. No, everything that your senses can sense form part of the environment. The next slide. The bulk of the oxygen we breathe, we breathe out carbon dioxide, I guess. Animals, human beings, we breathe out carbon dioxide and take in oxygen. But we care less about the bodies of waters that produce this oxygen. Phytoplanktons, microorganisms that synthesizes or produce oxygen for us to breathe, aside from the green trees that uses photosynthesis. The bulk of the air we breathe comes from the bodies of water, the ocean. Recently, they have blocked the road leading to airport, that is, if you are approaching towards Galadima roundabout, because of flood. They have blocked so many places at the Trade Mall estate because every year we record cases of death as a result of flood. What do we do? Why do we keep insisting or keep practicing those things that affect us now and are going to affect us even more in the future? We block our waters. When we drink a bottle of water and go, what do we do with this bottle? We just throw it. Some of us try as much as possible to drop in a trash can. But in a trash can, what happens? You see trucks coming around to gather all the waste. Where do they take them to? Most of them are dumped in the industrial site. That's where we have the largest dump site. And all the arable lands around the dump site are contaminated with heavy metals because of what we drop everywhere we go. So we try to encourage, if there are means of recycling this, there are a lot of people who have gone into recycling of plastics. But we've chosen a niche of recycling household waste, the leftover food, the dry leaves, the branches of trees. We compose them. We turn them to compost manure and give them to micro gardeners, those who do small gardens at the backyard, just so that you live healthy. It's not everything that the inorganic manure grows that is actually so good and so healthy for us. And so, in Jordan, we try as much as possible to ensure that what we encourage people to do in terms of agriculture is to go back to what our forefathers were doing. It may not be very economical, it's not mechanical, it discourages large-scale production, but for micro gardens, like now people have small bags of rice, empty bags, they fill them with sand, plant all kinds of things. What do you use in such a small garden? You have to go and buy inorganic manure to come and contaminate even the small sand in the sack. Yes. Human effect on the environment. What we do with the environment at the moment. We may enjoy it now, but those coming after us, years after, are going to suffer what we are seeing on the other side. We are impacting the earth with so many rubbish, so many heavy metals, so many inorganic substances, pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, everything is poured on the earth. Now, in those days, we pick snails almost everywhere. But recently, you hardly see even the tiniest of snails. People have spread chemicals everywhere, and all of those, it's affecting the entire ecosystem. And it's going to affect the generations after us. You know, before we discuss the impact of humans on the environment, we need to understand what the following means. Global warming. That's where we're headed. The next slide. Climate change, greenhouse gas, and the effect. Global warming is the long-term warming of the Earth, or increase in the average temperature of Earth, as evident in the increase in the combined surface air and sea surface temperature averaged over the globe and over a long period of time, around 30 years period. This is the globe. We are talking of the Earth. If you honor this Earth while you are alive, the Earth will honor you, even while you are still alive. If you punish this Earth while you are alive, thinking someone else will come and suffer, no, you will suffer from this Earth even while you are alive. We have the responsibility of taking care of this Earth where we are. It is the source for energy, it is the source of food, it's the source of all that we need. It is from this Earth. We must take care of it. Climate change is a long-term change in the average weather pattern driven by human anthropogenic activities, particularly fossil fuel burning, which increases heat trapping greenhouse gas level in Earth's atmosphere, thereby raising the Earth's average surface temperature. Now we know, I recall in my village, I'm from Cross River, in my village, at a point in the month of November, December, if you wake up very early, 5 a.m. to say 5:30 to 6 a.m., we used to have springs, a lot of springs around. You go there and see that the surfaces of the water are frozen, they are blocked. But for a very long time now. In fact, most of those springs have all disappeared. Most of the small rivers we used to go for fishing, they are no more there, they are all disappeared. Where have they gone to? We are all impacting on the environment. The fault may not have come from that village, but for oil flaring, a lot of things that are happening all over, within Nigeria, within the region, within the ecosystem, is impacting negatively on the entire environment, whether we choose it or leave it. Our activities and the activities of the people around us are negatively impacting on us. The next slide, please. Greenhouse gases. Okay, let's see how it works. This is number one. The sun radiation reaches the Earth's atmosphere. This is the Earth. This is the sun. This is the normal way it ought to be. But because of certain activities, they absorb re-radiated energy is sent back to the Earth. You know, because of, okay, let me use the cooling system as it is right now, and then not just the ACs and the fridges, but also in our extinguishers, fire extinguishers. You know, sometimes when I read the story of Uncle Noah, we call him Uncle Noah, when we're told in the Bible that the earth was destroyed with flood and 40 days, 40 nights, and then at the end, there was a promise made to humanity or to humans that God will no longer destroy the earth with water. That's a rainbow. So what would God use now to destroy the earth? Fire. And we are going to cause the fire by ourselves. We are going to burn ourselves on this earth. God will not regret if we do it ourselves. Because of the way we live and the way we treat this earth, there are already holes in the stratosphere where the ozone has been depleted. And we are beginning to have more cases of cancer because the UV comes directly to the earth right now. And we pray that, the platform that Clevenard has provided will help in propagating this information. Let everybody be aware of what we are doing and how it is impacting the environment. The next slide. Some energy is reflected back into space, while some is absorbed by the greenhouse gases and re-radiated as heat, thereby warming the earth. That is all about global warming. That's all that is happening. It's not somebody went and set fire somewhere and is heating up the system. No. Our little activities. The vehicles, you are driving from here to Abuja, you carry a very big truck, a big Tundra, with more than 10 chairs. You drive alone. Everybody buys a car. All the routes are filled. traffic everywhere. Yet there are still so many people who are walking. We do not have buses that will take people from their homes to work just to reduce emission. I mean, when we talk about this emission, people just feel it's those villagers who are burning firewood. No. What they are doing there, the environment takes care of it. The trees absorbs all the carbon dioxide they are burning those bushes. But the bulk of what we emit in the cities is what is impacting on the globe. These are the depletions, as we can see. Depletion of the ozone layer. The ozone layer or ozone shield is mainly found in the lower portion of the stratosphere. It's made up of very reactive molecules called ozone, O3. Very, very, very reactive, containing 3 oxygen atoms. But however, let's not go into the deep chemistry. If this is the portion in the stratosphere that the ozone is deposited, the gases are beginning to eat into this to allow the heat from the sun to get into the earth unhindered for about 200,000 years. But look at the damage, just 200,000 years, as opposed more than 2 million years. Look at the damage that our activities have caused to this mother earth. It is my desire that everybody who is here, and especially those who are listening to us from other platforms, should know and begin to act positively on our environment, on our environment and Mother Earth. You realize in those days where we used to live in this nature, you walk distances. I recall my mother, my grandmother, said she used to walk up to 7 to 8 kilometers to go and buy bread, because the market that sells bread is very far. Just to come and eat with coconut, because that combination was very, very good. Now we realize the ecosystem was sustained. Everything within that period was sustained. But with globalization, with industrialization, with so many things we are doing, a lot has changed. But in all of this, we can still manage to reduce most of the things we do, just so that the earth can honor us as we are honoring the earth right now. The next slide. How human activities impact on the environment during and post the Industrial Revolution. The earth is 4.5 billion years old. I was not mentioning as article, but 4.5 billion years old. And humans have been around for around a mere 200 years old. Yet, compare this figure, 2.5 billion and 200,000. The difference is way so much. Yet, look at the impact that we have created within this short period. If it continues this way with our population increase, one of the speakers spoke here some time ago that we don't have means, or we've not started birth control. The birth control in Nigeria. We've not started, and people are just giving, people don't even give birth in the city. Go to the villages. Almost every day, this one born here, this one born here. I mean, people are just giving birth to children. Sometimes you go to most of these areas, you see a lot of young children begging with plates. You ask them, where are you from? They don't know where they come from. They don't even know their parents. What do you expect? A child who have never seen love in the entire life. What do you expect the child to do when they get strong? Wickedness, banditry, all sorts of vices. Because they have never seen love. Those who are meant to give them the love and treat them well are not interested. The issue is just keep that. It is God that gives. It is God that gives. It is the same God that is likely to allow us destroy ourselves with what He has given us. Over the years, humans have gradually altered the physical, chemical, and biological system of the earth at an unprecedented scale. Some major causes of global warming and climate change includes indiscriminate burning of fossil such as coal and oil, deforestation. Deforestation, in fact, if you know what is happening in Delta State, Cross River State, and Akwa Ibom State, in particular in Cross River State, the entire Central Senatorial District is occupied with Chinese. Chinese people have filled the whole of that area. Now, they have their ships at the Atlantic Ocean. All they do is to cut down those trees and send them to their countries. And nobody said anything. The government is not, in fact, they are benefiting from it. There are no more roads. The trucks they use in moving these trucks have broken all the roads, all the bridges. Yet, it is persisting. We are removing all that is. I mean, some trees have been there for more than 100 years, for more than 200 years. Nobody has touched them, but Chinese people have located them. The whole of the forest is full with Chinese. They are there, permanently removing all that is still there. In fact, they have a palm plantation, a very large palm plantation in Biase local government. Now, every product from that plantation is piped to a ship. The oil, the nuts, the ship, just everything, including the palm fronds they cut down, they ship them out of the country. Wow, they're so interested in moving everything that is grown in that area. Nobody is interested. Some time ago, the NNRA got a report from the IAEA that the level of uranium mining in Cross River State is becoming unprecedented. It is too much. We Nigerians do not know that they are removing uranium and thorium in some of the states in the South. The governors are there, the ministers, the commissioners, all the politicians, and all those we see as leaders, because they are benefiting in one way or the other. Now this organization has to weigh in, and they found out that there are factories hidden inside the bush. Factories were hidden inside the bush. Nobody goes there. They barricaded them, put security men. Nobody goes there. What happens there in this country? Yet they are impacting on our environment. We are going to be the ones to suffer them. We are going to be the ones to suffer the consequences of their actions. Meanwhile, they are taking the goods to their own country. I mean, I don't intend to say Chinese people are bad, but what is happening there is not right. And I doubt if they will allow this in their country. Mining, like we all know, like I said, in the north is part of why we are having banditry everywhere, because people are interested in what they are proving. And meanwhile, the environment, nobody does any environmental access analysis of what they are doing around there and how it is impacting on the citizens or those who live around that place, including the ecosystem. Nobody's interested. As soon as you locate an area where what you're looking for is there, I mean, you send boys to destroy, and then you get your products and move on. And it is very unfortunate. We pray our leaders will look into this and then act swiftly. Yeah, the next slide, please. Other ways through which humans negatively impact the environment. Humans also impact the environment negatively through pollution from the indiscriminate dumping of refuse on land and in water, just like I mentioned earlier when I started. The discharge of untreated or poorly treated wastewater effluents. If you are driving through Abuja barracks, you hear that stench? Yes. You hear there's a stench. You drive through Abuja, see you are going to Ugo. The whole of that axis is polluted. And nobody cares. Who is doing it? Who is meant to correct it? We keep doing the wrongest of things, even with. It's not as if those in government have not driven through there. They keep trying. If you go to Gudu, by adjacent MKK Plaza, there are gardens where people sell drinks and pepper soup. You see the whole, I mean, it's a central sewage system, but the whole place smells. And Nigerians don't care. You sit down there and drink your beer and eat your pepper soup, and then you go home, and you expect to be healthy. Cholera, how many have we recorded? 63 people have died between January and June last year. How else can we do? Is to educate our people. Let's manage our environment and put it clear. You know, oil spillage on land and water bodies, mining, bush burning. Oil spillage, I mean, by the time you go to the Niger Delta, you will understand this, because, I mean, over there, people have spoken all kinds of English in this country and it's not working. There's still spillage, it's still happening on a daily basis. People are still busting pipes and the thing is spilling everywhere. The companies who are meant to do the treatment, remediation, bringing some kind of water and land remediation technologies are not doing nothing, because they are also benefiting from all of this, the spillage. The next one, please. Now, this is ground. This is a picture, it's not graffiti. It was taken somewhere in an African country. They are suffering it. They may not be the cause of this, but those around them have caused them this. And they are dying. We know them. We know most of them. Wrong agricultural practices. We do the wrongest of things just to make a profit. I understand now there is a chicken that will grow for 1 month and people sell. And people are rushing to go and buy. They are rushing to cancer. They are rushing to death. 1 month, they pull out chicken. Sometimes the feathers are not even grown. Now they have devised another thing that when you put in their food, the feathers will grow quick. Within 1 month, they'll push out the birds and we eat. I mean, just to make money and kill others. And you know, some of these things can cause mutation. Mutation, the sudden change in the allele of a gene pool. You give birth to children that don't look like you, don't behave like you, don't have anything to do with you. You've eaten the wrong things. If we all decide not to eat 1 month old chicken, the producer will stop. But it is difficult for Nigerians to cooperate. Yes, that is one of our problems. In all of this, we are saying the only time we cooperate is when maybe there is some kind of violence, like this protest that is going. Everybody is joking to go and protest because there is a problem. You know, but some of these things we can avoid them. We can deal with it. In your little enclave, in your little compound, in your area, you can grow your own chicken. You can grow your own bird. At least 6 months, let the chicken grow up to 6 months before you can eat it. 1 month, they push it out. You know, and we are all here. Ways of mitigating the impact of climate change. Efforts to reduce carbon emission and remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere are crucial to mitigating the climate change. This includes the transition from fossil to renewable energy, renewable and cleaner energy sources such as solar, windmills, hydroelectric, tidal energy, geothermal energy, and biomass energies. You know, sometimes there's this technology that you use the methane, the gas that comes from your toilet, your soccer waste. Yes, there's a technology that the gas, because that gas, if you want to try it, it's very, very dangerous actually, but don't try it, but let me just inform you. When you have a sock away and you keep dropping waste, keep dropping your feces over the period, if there is a small hole around there, you see air coming out like vapor in the morning. Majorly in the morning. You know, in the morning the earth is heated, in the afternoon the cold gets to the earth. Now, that vapor, if you make a mistake to just drop it, just a matchbox, it can blow your sock away. Because the gas there, methane, is a very flammable gas, and it could be used for cooking because it burns. It can be used to generate electricity. So even your waste is useful to you. Everything is useful, but we don't. Like I said, some people were dropping magma. I call it magma, molten magma, behind the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. Men, you raise your agbada and then you squat down there and drop it. Because they have renovated the toilet 6 months ago and they are waiting for the toilets to be commissioned. See the reason why people have to do the wrong thing? Somebody wants to commission the toilets. And so every other person has to do it your way. Some will drive to eateries and go and do it, but those who don't have means of driving will have to drop it. In fact, I have those pictures, but for the public, the audience I was expecting to meet, I didn't want to display them here. At least we would have seen, and it would have demarcated Nigeria, would have shown Nigeria in the top line. But those are the things that we need to discourage. You know, windmill is not so common in Nigeria, but solar is common. A lot of people use solar. And I will encourage those who can afford, do it. It's a cleaner source of energy. I mean, you spend less, you use the solar energy to generate electricity in your house, power, everything out your fridge and all of that. Carbon dioxide, what's this? Yeah, carbon dioxide captured and storage. You know, we call it sequestration. Sequestration. It's done in the laboratory just so that I can use it. This same carbon dioxide that we are printing out can be used, and is what we use in preserving drains. You know, it discourages the growth of microorganisms. So they put it in drains and it enhances the taste. If you leave this drain flat, if you shake it and all the gas leaves it, if you drink it, it will not be as sweet as when the carbon dioxide is inside. So the gas that is used there is carbon dioxide. So it's still useful. Sequestration, you can organize it and then give it out to those who have use for it. In any case, some bottled waters have the cover white, showing that it is carbonized. Carbonized means if this bottle is meant to, this bottled water is meant to stay for 6 months, the carbonized one can stay for 1 year or even more. But the water is not as easy as this one, it's hard. You know, so sequestration is also good, and it's a way of moving most of those things from the atmosphere. You know, energy, lifestyle change, use as energy efficiency, the use of less energy to perform the same task or produce the same result. Like I entered and said, we are very few. Why using this is about almost 4 tons. For how many of us? And on the second one, 4 tons. The room will be so cold, colder than we actually want to have. I mean, we can reduce the energy. If we had anticipated that this crowd will not be as much as the normal scene, we can choose a smaller space where we have fewer people, and we don't even need the microphone. The fewer we are, the more we can interact more freely, because we are using energy even with the microphone. We are using energy to run on all these lights. We are using energy to cool the whole of this, so we can reduce energy usage in our day-to-day activities. Printing on both sides of paper, you know, sometimes you want to, because the printer is charging you money, let everything come from each page. I mean, you can let go of that one, print on both sides of paper, just so that we have less waste generated. You know, use of bicycle, trains, buses to work, other than individual cars. I mean, in China, a lot of people use bicycle. It's part of exercise. It can take you from one point to the other. Why bicycle is not very okay here? Because we sweat a lot. Before you get to your place of work, you're already smelling. It's discouraged because of its inconveniencing and all that. But we can make use of buses, make use of trains if the government decides to do the right thing. Adoption of the 5 R's of waste management, which are refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle, and rot. Rot is what we do, composting. We gather the waste, we apply some reagents, it becomes compost manure. We have done some studies to know the length of time it takes. Take for instance, a ripe banana peel, how long it will take a ripe banana peel to decompose naturally in a proper environment, and how fast we can increase those conditions that aided it into decay within 7 days, for it to decay within a day or 2. I mean, it's part of it, because the same thing that the banana used to grow are also in the peels. We can now use the peels to refertilize your garden. We trace out of ozone depleting substances, and then a campaign for people to do the right thing. Now, there are so many international organizations that everybody is talking of ozone because it is a big problem. Everybody is under it, everybody is on this end, and everybody is suffering it. You know, Vienna Convention 1985 for the protection of the ozone layer was taken. I mean, everybody that signed it is there. The Montreal Protocol, I mean, there are so many, as you can see. Just not to take so much of your time, let's go to the next slide, and then the Nigerian agencies responsible for maintaining our environment, they are all here. How many of them do you see around trying to do the right thing? The Federal Ministry of Environment. I did my IT at the greenhouse in Maitama, solid waste management, some years ago. I realized what we don't do is also sit down, write some policies and suggest to the directors, and the directors will send it to the permanent secretary, who will sit around the minister and say, okay, these are the things that no, but we are not seeing much of what they ought to do. in terms of environment. You know, the National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency, NESRA. I mean, what are they enforcing? Nobody knows. Like I said, that Abuja, from Abuja barracks through Ugo, that place is contaminated. The air there is contaminated, and they are aware, and they are doing nothing. And so many others, as you can see. Let's go to the next slide, please. Now, the international organizations established to tackle environmental and climate change problems. These are the ones: the United Nations Environmental Program, the United Nations Climate Change Formally, the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, and so many. And so, my dear brothers and sisters in the house, like I started, if you honor the earth will definitely honor you. It is incumbent on each and every one of us to try the little we can to ensure our environment, our planet, our earth is treated well. Thank you so very much. God bless you.
I'm feeling really, really guilty right now, and it's something to, you know, when you come to seminars like this, you get to hear from experts how they plan, how they are engaging in helping us become better as much as possible, making us a brighter community. Oh, please, does anyone have the refreshments? If you didn't have it in your hands, or please, you can just pass a bottle of Coke, water, please. Somebody's here for a bottle of Coke or water. Water, Coke. Sorry, water, Coke, please, quickly. I think we have our last speaker in the house. We have to save the best for the last. And he's somebody that is exciting to watch sometimes, even though you like him being quiet. He's always just on the background trying to make things happen. Okay, please. He's the president, Tomato Orchard Producers of Nigeria, Topan, and other vegetables. We have known that of few days in Nigeria. When you go to the market and you buy a basket of tomato, you play Dorime. You hear Dorime because the expensiveness of tomato is something. Please help me welcome Oyeleki Bola. I cannot put her name before you catch her.
Good afternoon all. I'm Oyeleki Bola Joe. I'm the president of Tomato and Orchard Producer Association of Nigeria. Yeah, actually, I don't know why they put me last. Maybe they don't want many people to stone me because the tomato is highly expensive in the market. That's why. But thank you all for coming for this beautiful program. And we're talking about enhancing digital market in agriculture. How do we enhance digital market in agriculture? Let me just give you a few background for myself. Actually, I studied economics from the University of Abuja, and after my university, I was able to attend the youth program under the Ministry of Agriculture from the state to study horticulture, which is tomato and orchard. We studied that under the likes of the Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Adesina. And after that, we all came out to see what we can use our training to do. And with God's grace, we were able to develop the association, Tomato and Orchard Producer Association of Nigeria. And since then, when we talk about digital market have been a very good instrument for the association, because when we started very small. We started going out of the community, training women, training youth on best practice of agronomics on how you can plant your vegetable and your orchard. When you mean orchard, You're talking about your fruits, you're talking about your orange, you're talking about your papaya, pawpaw, your strawberry, so on. So when we finish that, we start training people. We have this profile, what we call pictures, that we can be able to sell out what we're doing to the world. And we create a Facebook page. We're able to put it on our Facebook platform. From there, we'll have a series of calls from international body. From there, we're able to register our association under the CAC to become more legal to operate in Nigeria. After that, we're able to go further to see how we're able to engage with embassy. We engage with the German embassy, which is able to give us some kind of fund to train women on agriculture when it comes to production and processing in Abuja. It was successful. I'm just trying to give us a very good knowledge of enhancing your digital market when you come to whatever you're doing. We are doing more on agriculture. We display, we do training, we do community service. We also engage in production with small-scale farmer. We have 70,000 small-scale farmers under the association across 21 states. We provide them incentive like input, seed, not just seed, we provide them fertilizer. We'll also give them the best agronomic practice on how to plant the product. And with that, we're able to come into innovation, good innovation, because we look at people that plant in Gombe State, bringing tomato down to Abuja, or taking tomato to Lagos from Gombe or Yola is a very difficult task. So we're able to develop a good innovation to see how we're going to dry the tomato. We dry the tomato for easy conveyor from transport to one location to another location. And this dried tomato, you can also turn into powder. You can turn it into powder to garnish your sauce, to make it a soup, and to make it more effective too. So we look at those farmers, how can they make money for what they're producing. So that innovation also brings gain into a playground to say that, okay, how can we help this farmer more? Are we supposed to give them more incentive? Are we supposed to create incubation? Because how they are doing it, they not sell our market in outside the country, because when you talk about UK, when you talk about other European countries, they need this dried tomato. But because we're using sun dry for the tomato, you find out that you still have some kind of particle like sand, dust, and every other thing, which is not making the market more effective. And we're able to see what can we do. So we're able to say that, okay, let's look at the very good innovation. This innovation now bring about mini tomato processing that deal with solar energy. And with this solar energy, you can be able to dry your tomato, not just tomato, we dry okra. We go in, when you create one innovation, more innovation will be coming in. You always think that maybe you want to dry tomato alone, but you now find out that you can do dry okra, you can do dry ginger, you can do dry so many food to also convert it into your own ideology to make sure that you're able to meet up the market too. So this is what we have been doing. We have been going outside the country too to see how to sell Nigeria tomato. Because the first time we walked through the digital market, we traveled to Dubai, we went to Dubai store, we saw all the old tomato, but there is no Nigeria tomato. And Nigeria is the highest people that patronize Dubai. So if Nigeria can patronize Dubai in other things, why do we have Dubai? Why do we have Nigeria tomato? You see Spain tomato, you see Indian tomato, but when you look at all this quality of tomato, you still find out that our tomato is still of standard too. So we're able to create that through our website. we're able to create that to our website, talk to Dubai, talk to some people in Dubai, that why not Nigerian tomato too can be sent there. So not just Nigerian tomato, you have your ewedu, your spinach, and fortete. You have so many things that you can do online with your digital platform. So while we're creating that, we're also encouraging youth, especially female, to go into processing. Processing of food. If you can't farm, you can go into processing. Because agriculture is one of the widest institutions I've ever seen when you come to job creation. Because, as I said, if you can't farm, you go into processing. If you can't go into processing, you go into marketing. If you can't go into marketing, you go into the digital platform to sell the product for farmer. And when you're able to sell product for farmer, you take your own share, you give the farmer to his own share. These are what we call off-takers in agriculture. Some people may say that they are middlemen. Or you can also go into logistics. Logistics too is another platform that you can convert goods from one place to another, which make agriculture more effective. So these are platforms, these are the digital platforms that we can enhance. Not just that again, we do count of head of farmer. We make sure that we put our farmer into the work platform by making sure that we do a very critical assignment for them. We put them in the platform with the name, the contact, the phone, the address, the location, wherever you are in the world, you can access the Nigeria farmer. So these are what we are doing in the association. And we'll also see how we can engage with foreign partners to create a contract farming in Nigeria. That contract farming is that you can farm here in Nigeria and will export it down to wherever country you have. I know one that that Spain is doing with one of the African countries like Egypt, Algeria. They are doing farming contract too. So we are trying to, through our digital platform, to make sure that we make that contract farming more effective here in Nigeria. Because that contract farming tells you the partnership between that country. And the partnership between that country gives you the standard of what you are producing. So you don't need that at the gate of entry of any country. They are looking at the standard. They are measuring the standard. No, you go freely. That is one of the free trade I've ever seen. Because when you engage with a country to do a contract farming, you'll find it more easier for you to gain free entry into that country. And that's why you're saying Dubai. The last time that the president traveled to Dubai, they're trying to talk about contract farming, where Dubai will be farming in Nigeria, and they will be taking it down to Dubai. So we're using that platform too to see how we can spread that all over the world and see how we create that awareness. Because in Nigeria, apart from when you come to Nigeria, you will see that Nigeria has a lot of land, Arabian land that is untouched, that we can use to do this contract farming easy and take it back. When people are talking about food security too, we're talking about food security. People will talk maybe because it's all about X-Men fight, the insurgent fight. No, we find out that the food security is not just that alone. If the farmer did not have seed to plant is a food security. If a farmer did not have the necessary input to also plant is food security. So food security is not when you deal with the guns. Food security also deals with the nutrition value that we need to even consume. So if you don't have that, it's a food security too. So we also look at so many factors in agriculture that we can embrace, that we can partner. Like now, we are partnered with state governor in Ogun State. We want to make sure that we acquire 15,000 hectares of farmland. We're talking to partnership. We're working on partnership. foreign countries, stakeholder, to make sure that we have a good ranch in Nigeria. And that will be started before the end of this year. So it's a very good agriculture, and announcing the digital platform for agriculture is one of the speeder way to make sure that you create awareness in agriculture. And not just creating awareness in agriculture, and also tell the world that you have a better standard. Not just a better standard, again, you have a better nutrition standard too that you can create all over the world to make sure that these people, they're able to have our product access to all over the world. So Tomato and Orchard Producer Association of Nigeria, we are here to partner, to work, small-scale farmer, women, community service, and to make sure that we increase food in the system, and to also make sure that we reduce food security, increase nutrition value, and create good environment for investor and stakeholder when it comes to agriculture platform. Thank you very much. And then we can display the picture of the slide. The slide. There's a video. Yeah. So this is part of what we do. Sorry, Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Still counting lots of people. Sir, I call him Sir Bola now because tomato, when you do tomato, they call it Sir. It's not easy. Everything Nigeria. Is there anything in Nigeria that we are not tomato to it? I think very few. The stew is tomato, jollof rice. I'm not such a very good cook. That's one of my disadvantages. Okay, we still have more people coming in. Some are actually on their way. Some just called us that they have a little bit of delay and they are coming. So we'll just relax. A little bit of Mr. Suleiman Yahya is on his way. And we're hopeful to see him. So we'll just have some physical break, and before you know it, I'll entertain you to some of our materials. Just sit, watch, and let's see how we can move from there. Thank you. You can take a walk, you can use the restroom, come back before we finish up the whole day. But don't be long, you just have less than 3 minutes, and your time starts now.
Can I start?
Yeah, I'm going to just finish quickly.
Okay.
Still next to come, our next speaker coming out to talk about harnessing the power of the digital economy and also helping people understand what it entails, what Clevenard is doing to bring about this excellent platform. Please help me welcome this amazing young man. I must say, he's a man of many parts, and even though he's a person that doesn't look the part, but when you see him, you get to know
When we hear him talk about Nigeria, you get to know what I'm talking about. Please help me welcome Suleiman Yahaya, Deputy Director of Research, Manager, Art and Culture Village. Deputy Director of Research, Manager, Art and Culture Village, overseeing research initiatives and operations at the Art and Culture Village here in Abuja. Corporate collaborated with stakeholders to promote local art and craft content in the industry in Nigeria and abroad. He's a professional events manager with over 20 years experience, skilled in the act of event planning, logistics and coordination, vendor management, delivering successful events for diverse clientele. A member of the Nigerian Creative City, he holds a Bachelor of Art degree in history from the Usman Dan Fodio University, Sokoto, and a Master's in Peace Studies and Conflict Resolution from the Nigerian Open University. Please, round of applause, I would welcome Suleiman Yahya. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to talk about leveraging arts and culture for community development and peace building in Nigeria. Most times I'm excited being here to present this kind of paper. But unfortunately, the other side that I don't like is about the fact that most Nigerians are forgetting about their culture. Nigeria is a diverse country with over 250 ethnic groups in rich cultural heritage and artistic tradition. Arts encompassing music, dance, visual art, literature, theater play a pivotal role in shaping societal norms, values, and identity. By tapping into the creativity and potential of its people, Nigeria can harness the transformative power of the arts to address social challenges and promote sustainable development. What are the importance and significance of art and culture in Nigeria? It's important for us to note that the art and culture is a soft power for which countries use in order to impact their own or influence others in order to adapt to their own culture. And at the same time, to try as much as possible to see how they can leverage on that to improve their own economy, to create jobs and grow their own economy. The arts contribute to social cohesion by bringing communities together through shared experiences, celebrate festivals like Oshun Shogo Festival, the Doba festivals, are not only cultural showcase but also opportunities for people to come together, forge connections, and at the same time celebrate their shared history. Scholars like Wale Soyinka highlighted the importance of cultural festivals in Nigeria, stating that they are an affirmation of people's identity and a celebration of their unity. And as well, with industries such as Nollywood contributing to the country's economy and global reputation. Nigerian music, particularly Afrobeat, has gained international recognition, showcasing the country's creative talents on a global stage. Scholars like Remi Adedeji noted that the arts industry in Nigeria has the potential to generate revenue, provide employment opportunity, and promote cultural exchange. In addition, arts and culture play a crucial role in Nigerian society by preserving heritage, fostering social cohesion, and contributing to the economy. Through the works of scholars like Chumi Achebe, Wale Soyinka, and Remi Adedeji, we can appreciate the multifaceted importance of arts and culture in shaping identity and building strong communities in Nigeria. The role of art and culture in community development. The arts and culture play a crucial role in community development by fostering social cohesion, preserving heritage, and stimulating economic growth. According to the renowned scholars such as Junior Achebe and Wale Soyinka, the cultural expression of a society are vital for shaping its identity and fostering sense of belonging among members. In terms of community development initiatives such as community arts projects, cultural festivals, and heritage conservation efforts have been instrumental in revitalizing neighborhoods, creating employment opportunities, and promoting tourism. For instance, the Osun-Osogbo Scared Grove, which is the Osun-Osogbo Festival in Osun State, is not only a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but also a source of pride for the local community, attracting visitors from far and wide. All over arts and culture in Nigerian society serves as a powerful tool for societal transformation, unity, and progress. By supporting and investing in this creative expression, communities can enhance their cultural capital to drive sustainable development and create a more vibrant, inclusive society. Today, we are witness to the issue of terrorism, bandits, and kidnapping. How can culture resolve these challenges? But the fact that we are beginning to forget our culture, values and customs have been eroded, and that is why today we're experiencing a lot of these vices. And how can this be addressed? People must respect elders, we must respect our values, and also at the same time respect our culture generally. Festivals are sourced. In 2015, in the general election of 2015 in Nigeria, the National Council for Arts and Culture and Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, and the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, collaborated to organize a one man, one vote campaign. This initiative involves staging performances in market squares across the 3 senatorial districts in each state of the federation. The success of this campaign significantly contributed to the overall success of the election, as it was not contested in the law court for the first time in Nigerian history. We will consider the importance of transforming our historical narratives in compelling stories as a means of economic growth, advancement, and the preservation of cultural heritage for the benefit of future generations. This approach is an integral part of how we can fully capitalize on the potentials of our arts and culture. Integrating arts and culture into development policies. These are very, very important aspects. Today, anywhere we go, we see Chinese restaurants. We can also identify with the Indian restaurants, but where are the Nigerian restaurants? The buildings, the skyscrapers we have in Abuja, to what extent are they being able to depict our culture or architectural traditions? The only architectural tradition that we have celebrated today are those round huts and in Gidan, Makama, in Eda Zaria, and those walls we have in Kano. And to what extent have we been able to preserve some of these walls? Recommendation for policymakers include recognizing the economic value of creative industry and investing in programs that support artists and artisans and cultural entrepreneurs, establishing partnership with local cultural organizations to facilitate community-led cultural development initiatives, incorporating cultural impact assessment into development projects to ensure that cultural heritage and artistic expressions are protected and celebrated, encouraging the inclusion of diverse voices and perspectives in policy-making process to ensure that arts and culture policy are inclusive and representatives of our societal group, and lastly, promoting cultural exchange programs, artist residence, and creative collaboration to foster cross-cultural understanding and innovation. The economic opportunities through arts and crafts. The arts and crafts sector in Nigeria has been a significant source of economic opportunities, contributing to job creation, income generation, and cultural preservation. According to renowned scholars, this sector plays a crucial role in driving economic growth and fostering entrepreneurship in Nigeria. One notable scholar, Professor John in his research, the socio-economic impact of traditional crafts in Nigeria, highlights those traditional crafts such as pottery, weaving, metalwork provide avenues for income generation among local artisans. These crafts are not only culturally rich, but also offer sustainable livelihoods for many. Similarly, Professor Tunji Adeyemi in 2022 points out that the creative industry has the potential to contribute significantly to Nigeria's economic growth, and develop some statistics to support this. Nigeria's creative industry is worth 4.5 billion. It employs over 1 million people, according to National Bureau of Statistics 2020. When discussing income generation in Nigeria, it's worth noting that the fashion industry alone generates an impressive $1.2 billion annually in Nigeria, as reported by Adesola in 2019. This sector has not only contributed significantly to the economy, but has also played a pivotal role in creating a new wave of entrepreneur and job opportunity, as stated by Dr. Adesola in her report. While in terms of job creation, for example, the Osho market in Lagos might support over 500 artisans and entrepreneurs. And according to Dr. Olufumi, 2018, the arts and craft sector has the potential to create employment opportunity and stimulate the local economy. The Arts and Craft Village, where I manage in Abuja here, currently support over 600 artisans and entrepreneurs with the potential to support over 1,500 artisans. Additionally, Professor Chinua Achebe in his essay, The Role of Arts in Society, argues that arts and crafts serves as a reflection of society, promoting cultural heritage and identity. Through creative expression, artisans in Nigeria showcase their cultural uniqueness, attracting tourism and investment in the country. For example, the Igbo bronze artifacts from the southern part of Nigeria have gained global recognition for their artistic value and historical significance. These artifacts not only contribute to Nigeria's cultural heritage, but also serve as a source of revenue through tourism, arts, and exhibitions. The arts and craft sector in Nigeria is a diverse and promising industry that holds vast economic potential for artisans, entrepreneurs, and the government. By allocating resources and support to this sector, Nigeria has the potential or the opportunity to leverage its cultural heritage and tradition to drive sustainable economic growth, foster creativity, and provide employment opportunities. Furthermore, investing in this sector can contribute to the preservation of and promotion of Nigeria's rich cultural heritage, ensuring that it's celebrated and sustained for future generations to appreciate and benefit from it. Today we have other lives, other countries using their heroes to generate revenues in the film industry. To what extent have we used our heroes, the Queen Amina of Zaria, the Bayajidas, the Oduduwas, and the rest of them? To what extent have we been able to storify these particular histories for us to generate revenue in Nigeria? Preserving cultural heritage. It is very, very important that we preserve our cultural heritage for the fact that a lot of development has begun to take place in Nigeria. Urbanization, natural disasters, and the rest of it. Egypt today was able to generate 14 million tourist visits in 2019 just to go and see the Egyptian pyramid. To what extent have we been able to add value to Zuma Rock for us to attract this kind of numbers to visit and see what exactly Zuma Rock looks like? And that is the essence for which we need to preserve our heritage and promote them in order to attract the number of visitors that will come with their money, so that the local artisans, the entrepreneurs, people who sell pure water, people who sell bottled water, restaurants will be able to make a lot of money. In conclusion, the arts and culture sector in Nigeria holds significant potential as a form of soft power for fostering community development and peace building. We need to see how we can invest in virtual reality e-commerce platform for us to have that connection, just like the work we are witnessing today, Clevenard is promoting this kind of connection, providing a digital platform. People must begin to see our culture in an appealing manner. And the only way they can go about seeing it is when we provide them in virtual realities, augmented realities, and make them appealing for the young generations to see and appreciate. It's imperative for policymakers, community leaders, and stakeholders to deeply comprehend the invaluable roles of art and craft, art and culture, in cultivating resilient communities and advancing peace within the Nigerian context. By celebrating and affirming the nation's cultural diversity, Nigeria can unlock a myriad of new opportunities for progress and unity. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you for that.
Amazing lecture on behalf of Clevenard and the whole team who present this wonderful award for you.
I did.
Part of this wonderful event. Thank you.
Wait, just I know they get it like this.
Rebecca, come on. Let me snap.
Just enter once you reach I don't know. This is my phone. This is Snapchat, this is not iPhone.
But it makes you look nice. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Let's record. Zona Chanjawa. Who is the questionnaire? Him. 1 and 2. What is it called? Yes, action.
3, 2, cut, take action.
Okay, action.
Good afternoon, sir, Your Royal Majesty. I greet you. Please, in a few words, just tell us about yourself.
Okay. My name is Aspolo. I am Ambassador Dr. Idris A. Musa from Kaduna State. I am the Shetini Gunduma Tudun Wada, Kaduna, in the Zazo Emirate Council. What next?
Okay, sir. That being said, what inspired you? What engendered you to Clevenard?
To be sincere and honest, I was introduced to this organization by Mariam Ahmad Hamad. She told me how she come about the Clevenard, and to a certain extent that she made me to talk to Mr. Tolu, who is a CEO and the chief executive. We went to a certain stage whereby we have an MOU with the company. After having an MOU with the company, to a certain extent that we agree, because I belong to the royal family, I introduced the company to all the eminent council of the, what is it called, of the company. I was the one who created advocacy to all the emirs here in Abuja, and I am the one who made the central emir of the federal capital of Nigeria, in person of Dr. Usman Nga, the Sabaji, I don't know, I'm not a practical value man. So I guess I have got the name correct.
Yes.
And with due respect and this thing, I guess the one involved, Her Royal Majesty Gimbia and Neptune Nga, and she developed interest in the company to an extent that she took all the necessary assistance that she's supposed to give to the company. And that is why I now said I will do it to the best of my knowledge and see that the company has progressed. In fact, not even this workshop. When I went home during the Salah, I introduced this company to His Royal Highness Dr. Ambassador Ahmad Bamani and others. But due to some technical hitches, I did not carry on all the necessary things because there's a break in communication between me and the CEO. But I was told to come and continue by Muhammad, Mariam, and my own sons. So that's why I am here.
All right, thank you very much, sir, for that elaborate discussion and exciting journey as how you came to Cleveland. Now, Cleveland is all about a digital platform that empowers and engenders progress and promotions, aiding development in the local axis, in grassroots areas, and in local communities around Nigeria. As a traditional ruler, what do you feel Cleveland can do to the communities around and the grassroots?
And this thing is something simple and very easy. If the company, or rather from the top to bottom, that what we call bottom-top approach. Bottom-top approach in the sense that if the company can now agree to have 3 stages of a movement. 1, the grassroots. 2, the youth. 3, the elders. So in creating advocacy or in mobilizing or sensitization or creating what we call IEC, information, education, and communication to the grassroots, the company will go like a bushfire. So in the light of the above, what the company is supposed to do now is, how does he sell it idea? I told the CEO that here in the part of northern Nigeria, we are still in some part of, can I call it analog system of movement. How do we do that? It's unless we have flyers and handbills so that we can push messages. How many of us now can have think that, what is it called? Scientifically, things are moving digitally. But to us that are in the analog system, we have to, start learning how to make the WhatsApp, how to do the digital system and what have you. Now, take for example, for me, when I was a student in Kaduna Polytechnic, all these things are not there. So, and I am an associated member of electrical electronic engineering before even going to any further studies. You cannot now tell me to come back and start learning ABC of computer and all these things. I am in the 10th generation. I have delivered. That one that I have delivered has delivered, and that one has also delivered. So I'm the 10th generation. What do I do? Do I go back to now start training? What is this? What is that? So, but to God be the glory, I have got a specialist in my house. Okay? So they can carry out with that activities. But we are very, very important. Yes. You cannot even go to the Emirate Council unless you are related to the Emirate side or you follow the protocol. And in trying to follow the protocol, you have a long journey to carry down. But if you have shortcut to the protocol, I can see the Royal Highness at his own private time and discuss all the issues. That will take you for at least 2 or 3 months before you do that. Before you write, before they answer, before I finish what I'm going to do. Just give him an appointment. He said, okay, X, Y, Z, I have come and tell you. Now I have an issue with me now. We have we have tested, we make a tested, pilot program of sewing competition here in Abuja, and we are able to make it. Now the federal government has approved now, we are going to do nationwide, okay, talent hunt competition. So this talent competition that we are going to do for sewing is the age of 12 and 22. So in that respect now, this organization has a very good chance to participate in this particular thing. If it is done well. Are we on the same page?
Yes.
So please go ahead.
Thank you very much for that one. Finally, what is your goodwill message and what is your word of acknowledgement to the youth of our generation as regards what Clevenard is doing? What do you engender them? What is your advice for them as regarding Clevenard and what we are doing?
Well, as far as the issue is concerned, this thing is as simple as I said earlier on. Don't mind us, we are youth and youth at heart. Okay? According to my former VP, Atiku said, the youth at heart started from 50. I don't know how we are going to be. But the reality is the MD or rather the chief executive or the founder ready to sacrifice for now? That is question number one, that the CEO is supposed to answer. If he's ready to answer that questions, we are the mobilizers. You can create advocacy. Okay? If we create advocacy within the within the domain of our own area, then later on now it is left for the youth now to carry it over. I mean, you cannot, my people, there's a saying in Hausa language that says you cannot go to war without the backing of your mother. Okay, but I have said the war. All right, so that is it.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
And in addition to that, what you said, my advice or my sincere appreciation on this issue is I have given you the foot soldiers.
Yes.
I have given you Muhammad. I have given you Abubakar. And Maryam is there. And to God be the glory, I have seen Her Royal Majesty. What's the name again? Basira. You see. But Basira just have the name. What is your complete name? You see? So you see, so if you have these foot soldiers, you can make it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So, what is next?
Pictures and awards.
Picture and award. Okay.
That's
Certificate, pictures, and awards.
Okay, sir.